Hi everyone, I'm Kelly Jones. Today I thought I would share with you some information I saw in this Cosmopolitan magazine from the 1960s about what they call fat doctors. It's a whole article on them and what their opinions were on it, and I thought that might be kind of cool to share. Briefly, an introduction. My name is Kelly Jones. I have gained more than twice my body weight. I weigh in the 270s. I have some health conditions, some chronic health conditions I'm also dealing with and working on, hoping to feel better, along with working on getting to a healthier weight. So back to this. So I'm a huge history buff, by the way. I have a lot of these magazines I've ordered off eBay, like going back to the 1940s, because I'm just fascinated with cultural history. I'm a huge nerd, and it's just really neat. So this issue here is from the 1960s, and so I was flipping through it and I came to this article in this section called Dieter's Notebook, and it is warning readers about what they call fat doctors. I think the first thing that really came to me with this is that I didn't know ever in our history that we had something called fat doctors. I just didn't know that's something we would ever have. And essentially what a fat doctor was is they're a real doctor, licensed and everything from what I understand from reading this, but they focused on prescribing potentially very abusive medications to help people lose weight. And so they kind of earned the kind of name fat doctors, and they would prescribe things like barbiturates, and I can't remember what else. That's the one that really stood out to me, oh my gosh. Okay, so here is something I'll read from it. What is a fat doctor's office procedure? Is there any checkup? First, there is a fleeting examination, finger on the pulse, stethoscope on the heart. You may or may not be weighed, but you will be told you are overweight, handed a bunch of pills, told to take 7, 8, or 9 a day, come back in a week or more, $10, please, or 20 or 40. And being given a large supply of powerful drugs is not close to medical supervision. And of course, nobody's told you what's in the pills or what they're going to do to you. There are just no manufacturer's names, initials, or identifications on the bottle. Wow, I didn't remember that part. Okay. Lots of good doctors prescribe pills for dieting, right? But only as a temporary measure while you can do the hard part, changing your eating habits. A conscientious doctor will tell you to report immediately any palpitations, nausea, or dizziness so that the dosage can be modified. So it says to avoid any doctor known as a fat doctor, no matter how breathtaking his reputation is. Instead, get the name of a good internist from your family doctor or your county medical association. The physician you consult for weight control should give you a large and very general practice. If you need a specialist of any kind, he will recommend one to you. Oh, here they are. Okay, so here's the pills that it says that you take. The danger lies partly in the drugs themselves. Thyroid hormone, digitalis, I don't know if that is, amphetamines, which I guess that can still be for, we still do that one, barbiturates, and steroid hormones such as prednisone. Now we know that makes you gain weight. But anyway, that's on here. And partly in the way they're used. They are never intended for weight reduction in the first place, particularly in the combinations prescribed by the doctors. And so it just talks about how much they're making per year, and that the drug should only be prescribed in small amounts and under close medical supervision. So yeah, isn't that kind of wild? I don't know. I just thought that was... I don't know, seriously, my immediate thing is, okay, we are struggling with obesity now more than ever in our past. And so it was just kind of surprising to see that this was something that people were doing back then, but also just the fact that we ever had anything called fat doctors. I don't know. It just seems so wild to me. And yeah, it's so unfortunate. I know we have doctors today that we go to help with weight loss, and we need it. But I feel like it's not the same type of drugs, you know, the severe drugs, and any any sort of amphetamine, you know, amphetamine type of drugs are so closely monitored now, because I know that some people with binge eating disorder and ADHD have to take those. It didn't help my binge eating disorder, but it did help. Did majorly help with ADHD. So yeah. Okay, so that's about everything with that, and I don't know, what do you guys think? What do you think about that? All right, I guess I'll talk to you guys later. Bye bye.